So what made you start a business? I mean, 2020 was not exactly a prime time to start a business.
Honestly, it was just a side hustle. I never started a business. I had no business experience. I was working corporate. I had a couple buddies that had started businesses and had been, starting to be pretty successful with them. So I'm like, let me try this out and see if I can do something with it. The work, it doesn't come just nilly-willy. You've really got to work to get the work.
I mean, it's Coachin N Cars, man.
A lot of limiting beliefs out there, thinking, how in the world am I going to accomplish something like that?
Not dissimilar to anybody.
The greatest risk we were afraid of that did not come to fruition is...
If I started a new business tomorrow, the first thing I would do is hire a coach.
All right, so welcome back to Coachin N Cars. I got my buddy Wayne Clark with me today. Foothills Exterior Cleaning service.
Yep.
So I kind of introduced you, which I always do by accident. And then I'm like, hey, tell me about yourself. But I am curious, when did you start Foothills? What do you do? And then we'll dive into some more of the details.
Yeah, man. So the business started in January 2020, and we're just a full-service exterior cleaning company. So we do pressure washing, soft washing, gutter cleaning, window cleaning, and then we do Christmas lights in the fall.
Yep. And I know that, so there's a million exterior cleaning companies here.
Oh, yeah.
But that being said, I know that what you do and how you do it is a little different. So what would you say really separates you from the chuck in a truck that's out there? Because you're a legit company with employees that's growing and scaling. There's a lot of people that claim that they do what you do. So what sets you apart?
Man, I get this question a lot. The consistent feedback we get from our customers is communication and customer service. It's just top notch. That's where we kind of set ourselves apart.
Yeah. Yeah, and I would say in our experience, when you came out to our house for Christmas lights, my wife was like, he's texted me, he's communicated with me, you showed up on time, you showed up with a logoed shirt, and like just treated my family and my property with just a ton of respect. And I feel like in the home service industry, that's kind of getting rare to find.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it shouldn't be that way, but the bar has been pretty low for a long time. So what made you start a business? I mean, 2020 was not exactly a prime time to start a business.
No, well, I started it before the world kind of shut down. It was before COVID was really a thing. And, honestly, it was just a side hustle. I never started a business. I had no business experience. I was working corporate, and got to where I was just not liking the company I was working for at the time. So I was like, you know what? Let me see what I can do. I had a couple buddies that had started businesses and had been, starting to be pretty successful with them. So I'm like, let me try this out and see if I can do something with it. So that's kind of the basis of why I started.
And what would you say, there's a lot of people that want to start a business out there. What were some maybe surprises that you experienced when you started your business where you're like, man, I couldn't have expected that?
The work. It doesn't come just nilly-willy. You've really got to work to get the work.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing, man. Just the marketing side was probably the biggest culture shock. I thought I could just post on social media and the work would just flow in, and that was not the case.
Yeah. Yeah, that like early struggle of, because you and I talked off camera a little bit about this, but the segment of get work, do work, get paid in a business, and the get work has to come first in order to do the work, and then obviously in order to get paid. But that get work piece it's a complicated animal, number one. And number two, it's, there's people that tell you all the time, oh yeah, if you did this, I would totally buy it from you. And then you go do that, and then
they disappear.
They disappear, right? It's just like you feel like there's this need that's out there, and then when you actually get into it, you're like, man, this is not as easy as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So, cool, man. So you've grown. Initially, it was you doing everything, and now you've kind of grown to have a team.
Yep.
So how many people do you have currently, and what would you say are like the primary roles inside of the business?
So I've got myself, 3 employees, got my operations coordinator, Alyssa. She's kind of the backbone of the company, I would say. She's my right-hand gal when it comes to pretty much everything on the back end, specifically with customer communication. And then I've got my lead guy, Chad, and my newest technician, Jackson. He just come on. He's been with us for about 3 weeks now.
Getting the work was the initial struggle. Now, teaching people how to replicate that is a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Right? So I know that you're in the training piece of the business with new employees right now, and we talked about, something very important is document what you do.
Yep.
So you can replicate it over and over again. But hiring somebody, what would you say has been the biggest blessing doing that? And then what has been like the hardest thing about hiring new employees?
Well, the blessing is that it's freed me up to start working more on the business instead of just in the business every single day. I've been able to see a scaling pattern that I didn't realize I would be able to see just by getting myself out of the field.
Yeah.
The struggle is just finding people that care. I mean, and you'll hear that from anybody who asks that question, but it's so true. I mean, I struggled to find people that had a clean driving record. I mean, that was hard.
Yeah.
So, once you find that, now you've got to find the people that care. And, that was a struggle.
Yeah.
To me, that's been the hardest struggle.
Well, luckily you don't have to find somebody that needs like a Class A CDL or something, because that's a whole nother ball game.
I know it.
Then it's like, do I just pay for somebody to go get the test done at that point?
Yeah.
Because it's like finding a needle in a haystack.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to come back to something that you said there, and that was working on the business instead of in it, and how it's freed you up. And I think, a lot of people think that I have to control everything and all the decisions and the quality and everything in order to grow the business. Or maybe they don't think that way, but that's just how they operate, is I have to have my hands in everything. But the approach of saying, hey, I'm going to hand this off to somebody that I trust to do it, and I'm going to trust but verify, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to hand this off so I can spend time strategizing my business and working on it and figuring out how do I find more customers and more customers that fit our ideal. There's so much value to doing that, whether it's hiring a leadership team member or a production employee or an estimator in your case, or any of those things. There's just so much. You're in the process of buying time back.
Yes.
As a business owner, and that's really the game, is how do I trade services and dollars for time?
Yep.
Right? And you've been able to do that with a few employees now, and it almost is like a gambling addiction to where now you're like, man, now what can I offload?
Yeah.
Right? So where is Foothills going? Like, in your vision, I know you work with a coach currently, so you've talked about a year out, 3 years out, 5 years out. So what's the goal on the horizon? What's the lighthouse that you're going towards in terms of like a goal for Foothills?
Of course, just like most businesses, I do have a revenue goal. I'd love to hit that 7-figure mark. I'd say a year out, I want to be close to that. It's very hard to do that in a service-based industry, especially one like mine where the barrier to entry is so low.
Yeah.
Any Joe Blow can do it. And then I'd like to open up another location or two. The next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
That's kind of the foreseeable future, I guess I would call it for right now. And I would also, I guess third, personally, I'd like to be in a place where I'm not working 50 hours a week, maybe 20 or 10.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And the current service area you would classify as like the upstate of South Carolina. So Greenville and the surrounding area.
Correct.
I know you grew up in Lawrence.
Yep.
So like just that, everything in the upstate you guys will service.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I want to switch gears a little bit. We're going to talk about cars here in just a second, but we have a unique how we met, and then how we met again, and then how we met again, like story. So I didn't even remember meeting you at CrossFit Simpsonville.
Yep.
But we did.
We did class together, yeah.
Yep. And then randomly, my wife was like, hey, we need to get a quote for Christmas lights. You showed up, and you recognized me, I didn't even put two and two together. And then come to find out, you had just done a podcast with my friend Patrick,
Yep.
and you know Adam. So we've run in this same circle for so long,
Yeah.
kind of like accidentally bumping into each other. But then it took my wife to get a Christmas like quote to actually like make it happen.
Yeah.
Which I think is hilarious.
Yeah, it's a small world, man.
It's a small world, and I think, you know, like God has a plan to bring people together, and we don't listen a lot, and I was just not listening. I was like, okay, you know, this is, you know, another person I'm doing class with or whatever, and then like he was like, okay, well, I guess I'll just put him in front of you multiple times, and then finally it was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna make Annie make it happen, and, and she did.
It's the law of marketing, man. Multiple touches to get a client.
Yeah, that's a very good point. So I want to switch gears to cars. What was your first vehicle, model, year, and color?
It was a black 1990 Mitsubishi Eclipse 5-speed.
Okay. Like, was it a GS, a GSX?
It was the original hatchback model.
Okay, got it.
So I think that would have been the GS.
So when Fast and Furious came out with the green one, it was like really speaking to your heart.
Yeah, because that was the newer model. I had the original body style, and
You had the one that looks like the Talon.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so it was black.
Yep.
5-speed.
Yep. That's what I learned to drive a 5-speed on.
Okay.
Kind of got thrown into the fire. Like, this is your first car. This is what you got to learn how to drive.
Yeah. So, what would you say, you know, looking back, what was your fondest memory, or what's the memory that stands out the most when you think about that car?
Oh, man. The first thing I can think of that always comes to mind with that car is I just started learning how to drive it, and I was in Greenwood, and I just choked out on the busiest highway in Greenwood, and I could not, like, it was on a hill, and I just couldn't figure that clutch out. It took me about 3 times of choking out before I finally, you know, lined the clutch up and was able to go.
Yeah.
So just stopping traffic, you know, 15-year-old kid, because I got my license when I was 15.
Yeah.
Just learning how to drive this thing right here in the middle of this busy highway. And yeah, that's like the first thing that comes to mind when you ask that question.
You probably have like your dad on your shoulder saying, "You're doing it wrong, and like all the
just trying to figure it out, man.
All your fears.
And my buddy was sitting next to me, and he's like, "Come on, we gotta go, come on." So there's like that extra little bit of pressure. I'm like, "I'm trying, man."
The embarrassment.
Oh man.
Yeah. I have one of those embarrassing moments, not with a car, but I remember I told when I worked in the construction industry, I had went out on a service call with a newer employee, and he was like buttoning everything up. I was like, "Hey man, I'll go roll that hose up for you." He's like, No, I like to roll up my own hose. It's hard to do." And like, I'm like basically a farm kid. Like I know how to do things.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, okay, I got this. And he had like one of those rubber hoses that doesn't bend, like hardly at all. So I start rolling it, and like I normally roll up a hose, and it gets tangled, and he starts filming me and sends it out to the entire company as like a joke. And I'm like, so I felt like I spent a year worth of time unraveling that mistake that was caught on camera. But yeah,
FNG moment.
Yeah, yep, exactly. But everybody knew about it. So yeah, you talk about embarrassing moments that everybody's watching you. Yeah, that was one of them for me. So you stalled it out in the middle of Lawrence. Nobody taught you the e-brake trick at that point.
Nope.
Yep, you gotta pull the e-brake, let the clutch out, let the e-brake down. That's how I do those big hills. I still do that sometimes today. Oh yeah. Because people pull up so close to you in the back, and it's
They do. It's like you don't want to roll back.
Yeah, because people don't have the mindset of they drive a stick anymore. Yeah. Everybody just thinks in the brain of, well, everybody's got an automatic. It's like, no, if you pull behind me on a hill and you're on my bumper, there's a good chance you're going to get rolled into if you don't watch it, right? So yeah, I do the e-brake thing pretty frequently. So that, I know that was your first car, and then you've owned some vehicles since then.
Yes.
What would you say is the best vehicle that you've ever owned? It could be a work truck, a car, whatever. What's the best vehicle you've ever owned?
My white 2017 Ram 2500 that I have. It's got the camper cover on the back. It's a Cummins. I'll take that thing. I've taken it across country multiple times. I truck camp out of it. I've had it for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years now. Knock on wood, the only issue I've had with it is batteries. Just old batteries going bad. It's been a good truck.
How many miles are on it?
It's at 160 now.
Oh yeah, that thing will last forever.
Yeah.
It should.
Oh yeah. I put the miles on it. I bought it with 84.
Nice.
So,
Nice. So, money no object. If you could buy anything out there from a vehicle standpoint, what would be like the dream money no object vehicle?
GTR.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A newer one or an old one?
Newer one.
Yeah, they're going up in value right now.
They are.
Like crazy.
Yeah.
Interesting. I've never had anybody say that.
Yeah. I just love import cars like that.
Yeah. There's a few of them here in town. There's a few like really built ones here in town.
Yeah. There's a guy that actually lives off of, or used to live off of Levon that used to have one, and he'd park it out in the driveway every day, and I just drool over it driving by it every day. It just looks, man, those things are awesome.
What color would you get?
Man, I'd have to go with that metallic silver look. Just
Okay.
that standard silver grayish look.
Yep. They look really good in white too.
Yes, they do.
I like the white ones.
The white ones, they get dirty too easy.
They do, yeah. Yeah, and white, you know, you could always wrap it,
Yeah.
you know, and all that. I like they make the translucent wraps now where you can put like a matte finish on any color that you have.
I love that matte finish.
Yeah. So you could like matte out a white one or a gray one and make them look pretty sweet.
Yes.
So GTR, is there a particular year that you look for?
No, not specifically. I haven't dove into to cars that much in several years, but that's just that one that sticks out right away. It comes to mind. Like, I love those cars.
Yeah. Well, for now, you'll buy a Hot Wheel, put it up on, you know, like that's what I do is I buy Hot Wheels all the time. And I'm like, if I can't buy the actual car, I'll just buy the Hot Wheel and I'll put it on my sink and I'll just look at it every day. It's like I'm walking out of the garage every day.
Yeah.
So, nice, man. So, I want to give you like an opportunity to tell people, you know, where they can find you in terms of like website and all of that, and then where they can find you in the community too. So, give you that opportunity.
Yeah, man. So, of course, you can visit the website. It's just www.foothillsexterior.com. Our washing line is 864-713-WASH. Our Christmas light line is 864-770-XMAS. So super easy to remember those. We're all over social media. And then if you're local, you've probably seen one of our ads. If you've even thought about pressure washing, I feel like Facebook knows you're thinking about it before that you ever say anything about it. And then, you'll see the cars, trucks around town. About to get a car and a truck wrapped, so be even more vehicle presence around town.
Yeah. And then the last question would be, not to put you on the spot, but now that you've gotten the Coachin N Cars experience, so to speak, who do you think the next guest should be that I take with me?
Ooh, that's a good one. Oh man. Does it have to be a business owner?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Let's see here. Have you done one with Gordon yet?
Nope, I knew you were gonna say that.
I say Gordon Lake, man. Get that man on this podcast.
All right. So Gordon, if you watch this, I'm coming after you.
Come on, dude.
Actually, he's already coming after me to join the gym at this point.
Oh yeah, y'all gotta trade off, man.
I know. So, does he do a podcast or anything like that? No.
Well, they used to do a podcast. I don't know if they still do it.
Okay. Yeah, he is relentless about. That's what built such a good community at that gym. Is like his relentlessness about getting you to be a part of the community.
Yeah, dude. If I miss a week, like he's hitting me up, man.
Are
like,
you
hey,
dead?
okay, where you at, man? Where you been?
That's hilarious. Yeah, and I would even say there's other people in the community that message you and say, Are you like
Yeah.
they're like his salespeople? It's
yeah.
incredible.
Yeah,
The
but it works.
It works, but just what they've built is incredible. So
It
Gordon,
is.
you're coming on here next. I'm gonna text you as soon as I turn off the cameras. I'm gonna be texting him.
I'll text him too.
Okay. All right. Cool. Sounds good. Well, dude, Wayne, I appreciate it. This was great. What a awesome circumstance that brought us back together.
Yeah, no joke, man.
But I'm super glad that you came on here. I enjoyed it. And if you guys need any exterior cleaning services, Christmas lights, I'll tell you the experience that I got with Wayne was second to none. So he's your man.
Appreciate it, man.
Yep, not a problem.